Welcome back to WooBuilt. Sorry it's been a long time. I know our 25 subscribers are probably very anxious to get back to these podcasts, but we're back. We took a little break, me and Caroline, my awesome girlfriend. Me and her have been getting a new apartment, so we moved into this new place, and I think this is going to be the new location for our podcast. So, yeah, Caroline's going to be joining me today instead of Juma. And you want to introduce yourself?
Caroline.
Yeah, see, it's not that easy. She's been constantly making fun of us, saying we sound awkward, we sound weird on the podcast. But it's not easy sitting in front of a live camera, is it?
No.
Okay, introduce yourself. I can help you out if you want.
I know who I am.
Well, then tell them about yourself.
Oh gosh, I feel like I'm in an interview, like
You are.
a job interview. My name's Caroline. I'm a nurse. I work at St. Vincent's Hospital on the ortho-neuro unit. That's about all there is to my life.
Well, BSN, RN.
BSN, well, yeah.
I
have my bachelor's degree.
Yeah, people want to know that. You know that
in nursing.
You know, it shows that. You know, it's no joke getting into that industry. Obviously.
No.
You know, the schooling is definitely
intense.
You know, that's actually good. That's a good spot to start off on, because like.
Oh, also, I work the night shift. That's a fun fact.
Yeah, she's been up
I haven't gone to sleep yet. It's 11 a.m. It's casual. It's fine. We love the ADHD. Coming in clutch.
That's very true. So yeah, because of what is it? I'm gonna say like FERPA, FAPA. What's the
HIPAA? Oh, that's what you were trying to say. That's embarrassing. Yes, because of HIPAA.
She can't talk about like experiences in her work. But I think the best way. I think we should start with school.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about school because I don't ever have to deal with it again, and I don't even want to think about it.
Well, I'm sure.
College was a traumatic, not exciting experience for me.
Well, yeah, but like.
Not traumatic.
I mean, I'm sure to any like aspiring nursing viewers out there, they're not gonna enjoy hearing that. But.
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm sure like.
The reality of it is it's not fun.
Yeah. I mean, go into detail. I mean, like, don't bash Becker or anything, but like.
Are you gonna cut that out?
What?
The saying "Don't bash Becker."
No. What's Becker gonna do?
No.
What's Becker gonna do?
Every nursing school sucks. I mean, every single nursing student will have some complaints about their program.
Yeah, 100.
Because it's not supposed to be fun.
Yeah, and seeing you go through that, like, I don't doubt it. But.
I mean.
So
what do you want me to talk about?
I don't know because a little inside information on our relationship. We've been dating since sophomore year.
Mm-hmm. September. What year was it? I don't even know what year it was. It was 3 years. September 2020.
2017.
So 2017.
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah.
September 21st. You know. I know. I would get yourself a man who remembers dates after 3 years.
Get yourself a man who remembers like 3 dates. My birthday, our anniversary, and his own birthday. Literally, that's literally it.
That's true. But the first, so obviously, like, we just started dating, so I don't really know. But the first class I saw you really struggling was patho.
Oh God.
Well, when did I help you with
statistics?
Yeah. Was that before patho or after patho?
I don't remember.
Let's leave math classes out because like
they're irrelevant.
Yeah, math.
Statistics.
I mean, like realistically,
I'll never be an
math,
accountant, so it's fine.
Yeah, realistically, math isn't that important as a nurse because like, well, like I like passing meds and everything. Obviously, you need to know. You don't need to know math
for passing meds. I mean, for like calculating heparin drips and stuff.
Well, yeah, but you can do that all on your phone if you need it to.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know, so like in reality, you're never not going to be able to just whip out your phone and be like, oh, how do you calculate that out?
Yeah, that's true.
So let's leave math
is
out of it.
Let's leave chemistry out of it.
We'll bring that up.
No, we're not.
That's cool. That's a cool story though, because that in the end of the day,
cool story.
That's how we met.
I guess.
Start with that. Start why you.
Why I met you?
Yeah.
Well, we weren't required to take chemistry for Becker. But I had to take chemistry at Curry. And I failed. You had to get a 70. I got a 69 in chemistry. So I failed chemistry. And you can't fail any classes at Curry, so they kicked me out. Well, not kicked me out. I failed chemistry, so I was out of the nursing program. So there's no real reason for me to stay at Curry. So I just transferred to Becker. And they didn't require chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
They did require statistics.
And that's where she met me. So if she didn't...
If I didn't fail by 1 point... If she didn't fail
by 1 point, you would have never met me.
And they also should have technically given me like a retake or whatever it is because I got mono. So I was in the hospital and they should have given me
if you didn't have asshole professors and if you tried just a little bit harder.
No. You could still draw out one of those chemistry boxes for me and I wouldn't know what to do with it.
Do you know what I'm talking about? A periodic table.
Okay, no. Like, you never did that. Never mind.
A chemistry box?
They're like squares and you put, what is it? I don't remember. You put like things on either side and you have to combine them or I don't know.
Formulas?
No, I don't know. I forget what it was called.
Chemical reactions?
Maybe. I don't know any of it. So
God.
like I don't know any of it.
Oh my God, all the people who like know chemistry watching this, you're like, what the hell?
Cringe, go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not my forte.
Yeah, that was my
I don't
forte.
work in a lab.
I was science and math nerd. So I helped you. I literally passed your stats.
I could tell you if your lab values are normal, but I can't tell you anything about chemistry.
Yeah, I had to help you with like pH levels and stuff.
Acid base imbalances.
Yeah.
No, acidosis, alkalosis.
Yeah, so that's where I came in. So like you can probably say like I helped you through nursing school a little bit, right?
Are you trying to get yourself a little bit of recognition there?
What can I say? I did though.
I mean, yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was like a little math science tutor for you. It's not like I did it for you, but...
No, yeah, you helped me with some of those stuff.
But, so ignoring math in those, like, basic science classes that everyone has to take.
Like A&P 1 and 2?
Yeah, talk about patho.
I don't even know.
Because patho was, like, one of those... I think going
No, but the thing is, that patho class wasn't like a normal patho class.
Well,
that was
Sal,
a hot
because
mess.
Sal was...
No, we're not going to bring up names.
I mean,
but
okay, we had a professor that...
The professor wasn't the best. It was a ton of information.
Sal, he was a pretty good professor.
He was a good professor, but the amount of information they were trying to have in our course and the way they were grading it was
tough.
Just
tough.
tough.
A little background on that professor. Obviously not going into names, even though we
don't give any background on the professor.
Well, no, I'm just saying because I had him for anatomy.
Oh yeah.
I had this professor for anatomy, and this is A&P 1. This is like the
basic
intro level like science class you take when you go into any science major, and this man, this is my A&P lab, anatomy and physiology lab, and we walk into the class. He hands us a booklet of however many goddamn muscles there are in the body.
I can't.
However many, I don't even know the number. How many bones are there? I know how many bones there are. It's like 200.
206?
200, it's something like that.
Know.
I don't know the exact number. But he hands us a packet of all the bones and all the muscles. Obviously, the muscles is like way bigger because there's way more muscles in the body.
I don't miss having to label that in lab.
And he goes, this is your final exam? Or this is your midterm? This is your final.
Well,
you need to be able to fill out all those by memory by looking at the bones. And that's what there was no assignments throughout the class.
A&P 1 and 2 is tough though.
There was A&P 1 and 2 was
it weeds out a lot of people.
2 sucked.
If you can't memorize like how the body works and the different body parts. Yeah. I mean,
I wasn't good at the A&P 2 was probably my worst science class.
The cardiac section was probably my worst.
I hated the endocrine section, which is funny now that
I know that you're diabetic.
Yeah, that's kind of like what...
Endocrine's tough.
Yeah, endocrine was really tough. I didn't know. Like, I knew the blood vessels. Tough. Lymphatic was very tough, too.
That was tough.
People are like, we're speaking a different language.
I know.
Those who don't.
That was like this morning when I was on the phone with my dad, and I said something about bradycardic, and he was like, what's that mean? And I was like, it just means slow heart rate. But I don't even think about the fact that some things I say, people don't even know what they mean. Mm-hmm. Like, he was like, what's NPO? I was like, okay. Do you know what that means?
NPO.
Okay, maybe.
No.
It just, like, do you know what PO means?
No.
By mouth.
Eyes and peas?
No.
I know what that...
It means by mouth. Like, if you're taking medication by mouth, it's PO.
Okay.
NPO means nothing by mouth.
Okay.
So, like, your NPO at midnight before surgery. Okay. Like, that's what NPO
What
means.
does that stand for?
Nothing by mouth. I think it's like nothing per orum or something like that.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that.
Latin,
That's probably totally
Latin,
not right.
Latin bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's same as PRN.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what that
Don't
means.
know what that is.
Okay, well, it's like if you have a medication as needed, like pain medications, PRN, as needed. That's what PRN means. It means like per something something.
Well, that was...
It's Latin.
Yeah, Latin. What's the craziest acronym you had to learn? Because, like, I feel like all nursing school is just acronyms.
The craziest acronym?
Yeah, because everything is acronyms because it's just Latin terms that are, like, shortened.
Not really. I mean, there's, like, diseases that have... Not diseases, like, conditions that have abbreviations, like DVT. You know what that is?
Well, like... No, obviously no.
Okay, deep vein thrombosis.
See, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, no one is gonna know.
I'm so blind, like, jaded, I don't even know what normal people know.
What I mean by, like, crazy acronym is, like, when you say BSNRN, that's 5 letters.
There's no acronyms, though. You would mess it up. No.
Okay.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is there anything that's just, like, PQMUNTL?
No.
You know, just something outrageous.
Not that I've heard.
Okay. Well, that's all I was asking. But back to patho. So, like, really, really hard professor. Overall, like, even one of the hardest, like, classes, like, all nursing majors are always, like, patho sucks, patho. Nobody
because you have to learn the reasoning and how every disease and everything works.
Yeah, so pathophysiology is the study of
how things are caused, basically. I don't know, like, how things work. Disease processes and, like... Yeah, it's just literally everything that happens to your body. Okay. And why it happens and how it happens. And the process of it happening.
Yeah, so I can only imagine how, like, he...
Everything has, like, 700 processes to it, so... Yeah. Oh my god, I hated patho so much. I don't even know what percentage of us actually passed that class, but I know a majority of the class had to take it over the summer.
It was curved, too, right?
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, yeah. But he was really nice, and he let us, like, review our exams before the final, and 80% of the final was repeat questions. That's the one where I started crying at hibachi because I got an 88 on the final, and I was like, I don't know where that came from. I really don't. Yeah, and some people have like 54s in the class, and I passed with like an 80.
That's good. That's really.
I
remember that. I remember when you texted me.
I pulled that grade. We were together at hibachi.
No, we weren't.
Yes, we were, and I pulled the grade up, and I was crying. I wouldn't cry about my grade in front of my friends.
Oh yeah, because your friends.
Sweet, I don't know what they got. That's like when I passed my final exams, and I didn't know if I was going to pass them because I studied in the hospital with you that whole week, and I found out I passed my grades right as you went like back for your surgery. I was like, of course. Do you remember me telling you that I passed when you were in the PACU? Yeah. You do? Yeah. And you were like,
that was when I was
fifth bump. You were still so messed up.
Pre-operative, and I was absolutely.
You were in the PACU. You weren't even on the floor yet.
Oh, okay.
Do you even know what the PACU means? That's a longer acronym.
PACU, no.
Post anesthesia care unit.
No, I mean, I probably don't remember that because I feel like once I got out of.
I mean, they'd just given you fentanyl, like you were. They give you that in the PACU.
Giving me fentanyl, casually.
Well, micrograms of fentanyl.
Yeah, that was after
my. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I know. I hear that.
Do you hear that like piano or music or whatever?
Yeah, it's Christmas music.
It's like a Christmas music box or something. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. All right. Well,
sorry.
Hopefully the microphone doesn't pick that up. But
ADD to the max.
Yeah. No shit.
You can't swear on our podcast.
Oh my God, we've got sensitive audience here.
Sensitive audience.
What were we just talking about? I don't remember. We're both horrible. This is a horrible duo to have on a podcast because both of us can go on tangents
forever
about talking about absolutely nothing.
I know. And we both can just tune each other out too. Yeah. What were we just talking about?
I don't know.
PACU. When you were in the PACU.
Yeah. This was post when I had my pneumothorax.
When he had his.
My lung just like decided to fucking pop one day.
Lobectomy.
Lobectomy.
It was a partial lobectomy.
Well, yeah. Do you think they know what that means? I don't even know what that means. All I know is they
Partial removal of one of the parts of your lobes of your lung.
Okay, I thought that part was where they like stitch it to my.
It's called a VATS. I think that's the procedure you had done.
The
Video assisted something thoracic partial lobectomy. I don't know. I had to help you sign the consents. That's all I remember. Also, I see them on the OR list every day. That's pleurectomy. That's this.
Yeah. So my lung decided to spontaneously collapse.
Yeah, and here I am. I hadn't learned about collapsed lung yet, and I'm like listening with my stethoscope, and I'm like, oh, I don't hear anything. Yeah, I didn't hear anything because there was no breath sounds because your lung was collapsed. I'm still so embarrassed by that. Like, if I listened to you today and your lung was collapsed, I would 100% know if I couldn't hear breath sounds. But I was like, I don't hear anything. Yeah, because there is nothing to hear. I can't believe I did that. By the time we got to the ER, you could, like, barely make a sentence out.
I know, dude. That
You're like, they made me stand for the chest X-ray. I could barely stand. I was like, maybe this isn't pneumonia.
Do you want to know like the reason why I came back into the room and I was like, we got to go to the hospital?
Because you couldn't wipe your butt. You told me that. You're like, I can't turn.
So like when I shit, I wipe with my right hand.
Matthew, when you have a bowel movement,
when I have
you
a
don't
bowel
say
movement,
that.
I wipe with my right hand.
And you couldn't turn.
And my right lung was the one that collapsed, so
yeah.
I couldn't turn towards it, or else it was just like searing pain.
Yeah.
So I couldn't fucking twist.
Yeah, you came into the room and you were like, I couldn't wipe my butt. You were like, we have to go. And you were like, can you put your socks on?
Okay, but for more
like,
disclosure, I did wipe my butt. I just had to man it up and use my.
And
left
for more
hand.
disclosure, he was totally downplaying how he was feeling. Otherwise, I would have. If he had ever said he was short of breath, I would have brought him to the hospital right away. Like chest pain, shortness of breath are like always red flags. You never told me that. You were like, oh, like I feel okay. I just have to. What, is your blood sugar low?
Yeah. Keep talking.
You distracted me. You interrupted my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh yeah, if I had ever thought his lung could be collapsed. Also, he Googled what does a collapsed lung feel like in the bathroom.
Yeah,
didn't even mention to me that he thought his lung could be collapsed. And I was a junior first semester nursing school. Like I didn't know what was happening, and he was like, it feels crunchy in my throat. Which was crepitus, but I didn't know it was crepitus. Crepitus is like air trapped between your skin and like underneath, so like it feels crunchy on your skin, and that's like not a good sign. And I was like, oh, like I don't know what that like crackles. Like it sounded like pop rocks were in his throat when he would like breathe.
No, what's funny now
it's so bad. It's so bad.
No, what's funny now that we're talking about this?
What?
I still
have crepitus?
No, I don't have crepitus. No, I still have nerve
damage.
Yeah, in my chest and my triceps still. It's been so like I've been so used to it that I didn't really realize it. But like on
you hated it. Sorry, you would get burns.
But like now on my long head of the tricep, the inner edge,
it's
weird.
Gone.
It's weird feeling, and then same with my chest. But,
yeah, so his other lung could collapse at any time. That'll be a fun
that's
podcast
definitely
if that happens.
that's definitely not gonna happen.
That'll be a vlog.
A vlog, yeah. Hey,
your
guys.
other lung, they won't collapse.
The left lungs, they said don't collapse off.
They're a lot harder to collapse.
Yeah. For fucking who knows why.
Just don't cough too hard. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. All that happened was I just coughed and like.
I distinctly remember hearing you cough.
Yeah.
And also I remember that I had a migraine that day, and I had my one day of clinical at Seven Hills, and I came home and we went to bagel time, and then I had such a migraine. I had just taken Benadryl to help me sleep when you started getting really sick. So I remember right before we left, I like drank a bunch of pre-workout because I was like, this is going to be a long night. Actually, no, I knew it was going to be a long night when I saw them grab the chest tube kit. Yeah, and the PCA was like, I thought you were joking when you asked me to grab it. And they were like, nope. And I was like, oh no.
Oh, God.
And you had the high flow oxygen on, and they were like trying to explain to you what was happening, and you had no idea. You just kept looking at me. You had no idea what was about to happen.
I know, because they were speaking.
And they were about to just start. They were like, this is considered an emergency procedure. Like, we don't really have time to fully explain it to you. They, like, drew a picture between your legs on the paper.
I know.
I was like, are you kidding me? And I was trying to explain it to you. And I was like, this isn't going to be good. So that's when they, like, were about to put the chest tube in. And I was like, you need to give him something. And they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, you need to give him something to like make him woozy because I don't want him like fully aware.
The pain of it surprisingly wasn't bad.
But imagine if you hadn't had
I still don't think the Versed did much. I think the Versed just like killed my nerves.
That's not what Versed does.
Well, as in like it
literally just it basically gives you amnesia for like a small period of time.
It didn't give me amnesia. I remember that shit clear as day. I just felt
interesting.
like I felt so trashed. I felt like I took 10 shots, but without like the disgusting feeling.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do you remember what you asked the doctor right after he put your chest tube in?
If I could play soccer the next
No.
day. Oh, if I could go see the movie.
You asked, can I go see the movie tonight? And I was like...
Because Endgame came out. I didn't know, dude. I didn't know if that's all they had to do.
He says the MRSA didn't do anything to him. I'm like over there with the doctor looking at your chest x-ray with no lung, and you're like, can I go to my soccer tryout? And he's looking at your x-ray, looking at you, and you're like, can I leave the hospital? And I'm like... I knew it was going to be a long haul. You had no idea what was coming.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I was in the hospital for a week.
Yeah. And I literally...
That's what sucked the most.
I literally was your main caretaker, even though I didn't sleep at the hospital, and I wasn't a nurse then. You wouldn't let them do anything to you, though.
Oh, yeah, no shit.
I just remember waking up every day at my house at like 5:30, jumping in my car and showing up to the hospital, and then leaving at like 10:30.
That warms my heart to know that you would do that.
I did it again this summer.
I know. That
wasn't as bad though because it wasn't your lungs. Like it wasn't.
Yeah, I wasn't like
totally
diabetes is such like a.
It was scary at first when they took you back in the ER and I hadn't seen you, they wouldn't let me in and whatever. But then after that, it was like, oh, his sugar's 300. It's better than 750.
Yeah.
It would. I mean, right now we have no visitors allowed at all in the hospital except for like end of life care. But the thing is, if you, God forbid, had to go to a hospital, I mean, I'd be there.
That's what's crazy though. Just like the fact that you can't have visitors in the hospital.
I know.
That's like depressing to think about.
I don't really have to deal with it because I'm 11 to 7. But like during the day, it probably makes a huge difference because
you got to be like close to the nurses at that point. I feel like nurses are more important than anything because like that's their only interaction.
Yeah.
You know.
Literally.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just depressing to think about.
Yeah.
Because like these are the people.
If I didn't work at that hospital, like I'd still send you there because that's where you get all your care. But like you'd be alone. I wouldn't be. Even though I'm a nurse, I wouldn't be allowed in. Like if you were a UMass, I wouldn't be allowed in.
No kidding. But yeah, off of that topic because that's depressing. Back to
coronavirus.
Yeah.
I mean, depressing. Chaos. It's our reality right now.
I know, absolute chaos going on.
Tell me about it.
Probably just.
Speaking of coronavirus, guess who gets their coronavirus vaccine? That's a controversial topic to bring up. Put that in the title.
I saw
COVID vaccine.
I saw a TikTok of a girl who was pretending to be anti-vax, and she was like, she was no one's talking about this one ingredient in the coronavirus vaccine.
No. Or whatever.
So she was going over the ingredients. It was all the ingredients, and there's only like three things in there.
Yeah, lipids, salts, mRNA.
Mm-hmm. And then she goes, but no one's talking about this. And there was like this long pause, and she showed 6 grams of sugar or 6 grams of carbohydrate.
It's more than that, actually. I think it's like 23 grams of sugar or something.
Oh, okay. Well, either way,
it is a significant amount of sugar.
Yeah, what I saw on the thing, it was a thing that said 6 grams of sugar.
Yeah.
And she was like, I can't get this. I'm keto. And I was dying.
Stop it right now. Are you serious?
I was dying. But it was a joke, obviously.
Oh, okay.
But I was crying because I was like, yo, that's going to spike my blood sugar.
Yeah, actually, I follow...
Because, like, that's injected
I followed the Dexcom page. I literally feel like a parent because I follow it. It's so funny. But I followed the Dexcom page, and people were asking if anyone got the vaccine, if they had any side effects. And people said their sugar was high for a few hours afterwards. And then I, watched a TikTok, that's so reliable, about all the ingredients, and it said however many grams of sugar, and I was like, okay, that makes total sense.
Because when you injecting sugar straight into your...
Well, yeah, that's why for diabetics, we always have dextrose infusion ordered on standby, PRN. Well, as needed. That's what that means.
Yeah, that's pretty... I thought that TikTok killed me because everyone in the comments were like,
you
had this in the first half. It was so funny.
Keto. That is really funny. But I've heard that after the second dose of that vaccine is when you get side effects because it's the booster. I mean, it's gonna put more vaccine in you. Not terribly worried about it. I think I'll be just peachy keen.
I mean, based on how I responded to the flu vaccine last. but I'm gonna be tired.
What do you mean respond? Oh.
Remember, I was 2 days afterwards. I was like, I feel sick.
Okay, yeah, you were kind of dramatic, but also
I was not dramatic. When am I ever like, oh, I feel run down?
When you had the flu?
Well, yeah, that
you
was
didn't
corona.
believe that you had the flu.
That was 100% corona. Because I've never had the flu in my life.
Yeah, but you tested positive for flu.
So? They weren't testing for corona. I probably would have tested positive for corona.
Well, but either way, you still had the flu. You could have had the flu and corona, but you had the flu.
I know, but I don't think the flu is what was giving me those symptoms.
Matt, you straight had the flu. You were just down and out, fever down.
I've never had the flu in my life.
Okay, well, this was a new strain. Maybe you just got this flu this year. I don't know.
Dude, it wrecked me. It is literally corona.
That's what gave you diabetes. You know that, right?
Yeah, and it was corona, dude.
He thinks he had coronavirus.
It was 100%.
I actually tested positive for coronavirus.
Yeah,
that's a fun fact, too. I had COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was totally fine. I just couldn't taste or smell anything.
Your tongue was disgusting.
Oh my god!
That sounds so gross to say on it.
I honestly, people have been asking me like what my symptoms were when I had COVID, and I was like, oh, I just lost my sense of taste and smell, which I totally forgot that part of getting my taste back was my whole tongue peeled off. Mm-hmm. That sounds really bad, but it's not even a joke.
Yeah, it was.
My whole tongue turned white and then shed a layer, and then once the layer was fully shed, I could taste again.
Yeah,
It felt like a huge canker sore. It was so weird.
A good way to explain that is it looked similar to like what would it be like to have like a big callus on your tongue.
Yeah.
You know, for people who like lift or like run a lot, like
I forgot about
when
that.
you get calluses on your hands or feet, it literally looked like a callus on your tongue. And as time went on, it just like peeled off and like slowly
it was so painful. Down. Oh god.
Yeah, that was
bad. I forgot about that.
That was the one
I
thing.
Did have maybe
that was
it wasn't
the one.
that mild.
No, oh shut up. That was the one thing that I felt bad for. The rest of it, I was like, oh my god, like. Stop texting me. I think I'm gonna die.
I never said that. Dude, I was chilling an in-a-box.
I know, but like and when the beginning you were like, do you think I'm gonna die?
Well, I was scared at first because first of all, I got it so early on. Yeah. Like before all these people were just posting like, oh, I have COVID, like LOL, like whatever.
You were in like the prime time.
Like I was in like I got it because I was sitting in a 1-to-1 in the COVID ICU. Like hello. I saw people literally die. I mean, that's kind of graphic, but I did. So, I mean, yeah, I was scared. If you watch someone die from COVID, just slowly stop breathing, you're going to be scared.
And then you were like, I have a 101 fever, but I'm being spoiled in my grandma's basement.
Yeah. But it was, I mean, bless his soul, Chippy went out and got me all my favorite food and everything. And I was like, you honestly could have given me ice chips all week because I couldn't taste anything. But it didn't last that long.
Yeah, when we say grandma's basement, the grandparents were not in state.
No, they were in their house in Florida.
Yeah, they
had professional cleaners come in and clean the house before they came back.
Yeah, we were not putting the elderly at risk. Do not worry. People.
No, that would be.
We don't want to get canceled with our.
No, we don't want to get canceled.
Millions of views that we got.
No, but yeah, no, they were not there. But I wouldn't have been able to stay in my room at my house anyways. So they were like, you have to go to Dana and Bob's because I had the whole basement to myself.
Yeah, and that makes perfect sense. You know, you wanted.
Especially me. You could I mean, you did stay in your room, but I could not stay in my room for that long.
Yeah. I mean,
I would have snuck out at
I'm
night
so
anyway.
like introverted that like
and
I can stay inside for.
No.
Like quarantining is.
Your life anyway.
I mean, minus lifting, yeah. That's literally like.
I mean.
Minus exercising and like.
But that's not me. I drag him out. I do things.
Yeah, literally, like no joke on that.
I hated quarantine.
So
I may have gone to Target a few times during.
That was a long tangent. I do want to get back to like your nursing school horror stories.
I hate nursing school.
I know.
I love being a nurse, but I would never go through. I couldn't go through nursing school.
No, one thing nursing school doesn't prep you for.
People dying in front of you.
No, getting shit thrown at you.
Don't even know. No, not even getting. It's not the getting it thrown at you that's the issue. That throw shit at me, I don't care. It's when you eat your poop and finger paint with it that I'm just done.
Okay, stop talking.
Well, they do.
Well, okay.
I've had more than one person finger paint.
Dude, FIPA's gonna come after you.
It's HIPAA, and I didn't say anything except people finger paint with their poop. Any nurse will tell you that people play with their poop. It's a thing.
Damn, dude. And that makes me feel like an angel when I was in the hospital because I was so like.
Yeah, you were.
I was so.
If
like,
I had a
unbothered.
20-year-old young guy independent in his room,
I would never press that call button.
You're not a fall risk. Oh, don't even get me started with the
unless I was hungry. I was annoying the first 2 nights where you weren't there.
Yeah, but you were so easy. You give you your pain meds and you're fine. You were easy because you had me.
I'm talking about when I was there for diabetes because.
Well, that's different.
Remember, I finally started having insulin, and dude, I was so hungry.
And they had to try and figure out how to cover you, but also, and now I get why they didn't give you insulin overnight. We don't cover people after dinner. You don't get insulin. I will never give insulin overnight.
I know.
Unless someone's 400.
And that's what sucked because I would have dinner and I would be starving throughout the night, and I would just hit my call button 3 times overnight and be like,
crackers.
Snacks,
All we have is saltines, graham crackers, applesauce, and pudding.
And then they would do this finger stick for me in the morning. They were like, you're a little high.
And we never knew why, and now I know why because we don't cover people over. It's our facility protocol. We don't.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
Some people do. PD we did sometimes. Yeah. I mean, you can't tell a 4-year-old that they can't have something.
Remember I hit my hand on the wall when I was bringing up that package?
When you were bringing the box up?
Yeah, I skinned my fingers so hard.
Did you wash your hands?
Yeah, it hurts.
Well, yeah, that's a heavy box to slam into the wall and
yeah.
have your hand between.
Yeah, oh well.
But you did it. You made it up here. You only have one more to go.
Yeah, no kidding.
What else do you want to know about my nursing school? Fantastic experience. Best 4 years of my life.
From me, my perspective.
I don't want my kid to go to nursing school. I don't want to hold their head while they cry every single day.
Okay. I mean,
I'm just kidding.
If that's what they want to do.
Future children, if you want to go to nursing school, I support you, but you're just going to need
some
antidepressants.
You're going to be a professional sports and something. I'm going to be the dad that forces our kids to.
Yeah, I know you are. That's all you, man.
I love saying that.
That's all you.
People get so triggered about that, saying
what? Making your kids play sports?
Mm-hmm.
Every kid should be at least exposed to multiple sports when they're younger.
I'm making a joke about the parents who
force their kids to
stay with the sport and be like, you're going to be a professional.
I haven't experienced that, but that seems a little bit much.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's why their parents I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah,
we're gonna stop on that topic. But from my perspective in your nursing school experience, after you finished patho, every time you cried, I was just like, what is she crying for?
I was a little dramatic. I never actually was close to crying.
A little dramatic. Well, like I was saying, I'm gonna get slapped for this, but I thought you were being such a pussy for not such a pussy, but every time you cried, you were like, that test was so hard, and then she would get an 86 on it. It was like, girl, please stop.
Does anybody hear this man right now?
Well, that's what would tell me that is not what happened the last 2
But
years.
I didn't know that's what I was gonna get.
I know, but you passed patho with not flying colors, but pretty comfortable.
Okay, but maternity. Okay, well, I was really good at that, but it's because I'm good at babies. Cardiac was the only thing I didn't do well at. I got a 78 on that exam. What?
A 78, that's still passing.
Okay, 1 point passed.
And do you know how many people who probably got 50s on that?
No, you know what was tough? Pharmacology.
Memorizing
every single medication, how it works, side effects,
Interactions.
interactions.
That's one of the things that I was looking at, and I was like,
that was tough. No, that was. But honestly, some schools do pharmacology 1 and pharmacology 2. I'm so glad we just had 1 pharmacology. I'm really good at memorizing things, so I was good at it. I know the different groups, but I literally do remember so many medications because of it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I kind of have to. I feel like depending on what floor you work on, you memorize different medications, but I do recognize a lot of medications from little songs I made up in pharmacology and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people fail pharmacology.
Well, I can only imagine. That sounds like
health assessment.
A busy word class.
But the people, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to be rude. But if you don't pass fundamentals, maybe look at other paths.
Different career. Okay.
That's just taking a pulse.
This might be sensitive topic.
Oh God, this video is gonna be flagged. We talk about coronavirus. We talk about.
Honestly, it might be. I think we're too small for YouTube guidelines.
Matt, you have what? 12 subscribers here.
Hey,
What?
25.
25. I'm sorry. 25.
They love us.
Yep.
Avid watchers.
Of what? From
the past 3 months that we haven't
exactly.
updated. But more importantly, I lost my train. Oh, sensitive topic. At what point in nursing school should you be like, okay, maybe I'm not cut out for this?
The people who said that they couldn't be in lab because they faint at the sight of blood.
Okay.
So that's one.
That's a good one.
You have to be okay seeing like puddles of blood if you're going to be a nurse.
Well, yeah.
And poop and vomit and any bodily fluid possible.
Okay.
Like I'm immune. You could literally poop on me and I wouldn't even flinch.
Yeah, okay, good to know.
I'm just saying. Okay, relax. But I'm just saying, like you have to be okay with all bodily fluids and you have to be okay with everyone. Like, first of all, those are just the basics. But in school, oh my God. I would truly say, you know how you take health assessment and fundamentals, which is just like assessing a person head to toe, and the basics of nursing. And if you can't grasp or get excited about those topics, it's not for you. Like, I was so excited for my first 2 nursing classes, like to actually learn how to assess someone head to toe and like all of that. Now it's just kind of like a routine, I guess. But in nursing school, like I was like, oh my God, like we actually get to go to lab. We get to learn about nursing now. It's not like basic classes. And if you're not like excited about that, if you're like, oh, I just need to pass all this so I can like have a steady salary and like have a steady career. That's going to get you this far.
Yeah, going into
it's really, no, it's not enough. Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, it's such a solid career path. Good luck getting through nursing school if it's just the career path for you, because that's not what it's about.
Yeah, and that's one of the scary things for me, especially like being.
Someone's calling me. I have to answer the phone. Fundamentals, health assessment. Okay,
so from my perspective, I feel like since you went through nursing school, you're a lot more like lenient to the people who should just get the F out of the program. For me, looking into it,
as someone who would like have them as a nurse,
yeah, that makes me scared because it's like these are people who need to be there for like life or death situations, and if you half-assed your way into the nursing,
oh my God,
like the workforce of nursing, Jesus, that was tough. That was hard to get out. But like if you half-ass your way, if you use Quizlet for everything.
Okay, we all use.
Well, like
Quizlet
also use.
We're not going to Quizlet shame here. We all did it.
Okay, you use Quizlet. Yes, I understand.
We all use Quizlet.
It's a good study. It's a good source to study from.
And sometimes professors use the questions from Quizlet. Okay. Just a little tip. I'm just saying.
But as long as you're not just like copying and pasting that.
No, you have to know your stuff.
You have to know what's happening. You can't just remember like, oh, if someone has like bradycardia.
It's Brady.
Bradycardia.
Did you say bradycardia?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
If you have bradycardia, you got to know. You can't just remember. Oh,
you give them atropine.
Yeah, you can't. You got to know what that means.
Yeah.
You can't just remember. Oh, you just give them this word.
Well, but that's what the whole deal with nursing school is. If you don't care about it, it's different. Like you need to, like you said, you need to study because it could save someone's life one day. You don't study to pass the test. You study to save someone's life one day.
Yeah,
and you need. That's what sucks about, and not sucks. That's what's tough about nursing school. You can't just fill your brain with information, dump it for the next test. Fill your brain with information, dump. You have to retain everything.
Exactly, and that's why, like, if you don't have a passion for that, you're not going to be able to do it.
No.
And there's so many people that go through it because it's a good paying job. It's a good paying job. They're doing it for the money, and it's like.
It's really not even like.
It's a good paying job.
Okay.
You're
no,
guaranteed.
Do not salary expose me.
Well, I'm not gonna, but I'm just saying you graduate college
and you're comfortable.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
And you will continue to be comfortable because
it will slowly incline. Yeah.
Well, yeah. You get a raise every year, I'm pretty sure, until you've been there for like 50 years. I don't know.
Exactly. So like it's one of those jobs you're guaranteed a well-paying job. You're not guaranteed a job.
Yeah, because it's
a very competitive.
Oh my God.
Business, but it's you're still, if you do get a job, you're set. You're good. Yeah. So that's why I think there's so many people Don't
Or
get me
like,
wrong. I'm not
oh,
saying
I
I'm
get
not
this
saying lower.
degree, I got my job for life, I'm great.
Yeah.
And then they're in nursing school and they're like hyperventilating.
Yeah, exactly. And that just scares me. The people who will like go through it, who are like, I'm doing this for the money. I didn't really retain shit. And it's like, oh, great.
You really can't do it if it's just for the money. I feel like you'll walk out. you'll give up.
Yeah. One other thing that I found funny about that story was you were excited to get into your classes that were actually about nursing.
I hated school. I always hated school.
Well, yeah, I did. Don't get me wrong.
And my mom always said, well, once you get to college and you can take classes about things you're interested in, you'll start to like school. And I was always like, no. And then I realized, oh, once I start learning about the body and how it works and medications and procedures and all that, I'm going to be so excited to go to school.
Yeah, and I was the same way. I was a horrible student in high school because I was taking,
Same.
you know,
No
stupid,
shame.
But,
No shame.
But like then I got into college and I loved, once I got into the health science major, I loved it.
Yeah, you
but it was
loved
funny
telling me
because
about
my
new
class,
things.
the class that I loved the most was a foundational class. Kinesiology was my favorite class.
Oh, that's a cool class though.
Because it was, I
It's
think
like fundamentals of your
body mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kinesiology and human growth and development were my two favorite classes.
I only liked human growth and development for the baby section.
Well, yeah, because I had to like human growth and development.
I didn't like
exactly,
human growth and development. I don't want to hear about all the different stages.
Well,
and
psychology,
Freud
yeah. The psychology was different than the actual like health, like the exercise science portion of it because.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not talking about psychology.
No, you're talking about like at this age they do this. At this age,
yeah. So
they do this.
In human growth and development, that class was insane. So first kinesiology because it's easier.
Do they know
go
what
hand in hand.
degree you have even?
Yeah, I've gone over it.
Oh, okay.
They know a bachelor's in, if you don't know,
Exercise science.
bachelor's in exercise science. I'm a certified personal trainer, but that's not in that. Everyone can get a CPT these days.
I don't downplay your skills like that.
Well, I just have a basic CPT right now.
You have multiple certifications.
I do, but I have a basic CPT.
Okay, but there's a very few people with a CPT who also have a bachelor's degree in exercise science.
That's why if someone asks me what my credentials are, I never say, "Oh, I have a CPT" first. I say I have a bachelor's in exercise science.
Because
that goes a long
big
way in
thing.
the industry, but
Yeah.
a CPT, like you could get a CPT if you wanted to.
Probably.
Exactly, and I don't doubt that you could take that class or take a test right now and pass it easily.
Well, yeah, but I just know a lot of random stuff.
Exactly, but so the kinesiology is the study of body mechanics, muscles, the insertion and connection points. So you learn what each muscle
I
does.
remember you taking this
So that's why,
class.
like the class, this professor I had for A&P, like learning all the muscles, that was awesome because it made kinesiology so easy for me. Because in A&P you had to learn insertion and connection points. In kinesiology, you need to learn why the insertion connection points are where they are, why they do what they do, or how they do what they do, what the different muscle striations do and all that. And then you take kinesiology one step further and it's human growth and development. And that was a theory-based class. That was the only theory-based class I had in college.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't take any other psych classes?
Well, theory-based in terms of like, we looked at the current issues that modern science takes us to. So the things that we still can't like prove happen mechanically.
It's not like
in our body.
really a science.
Yeah, it's a theory. So like, even though we have factual evidence to prove this is why this happens, it's not like cemented, you know, which is, you know, like this is made out of wood. That's not theory. That's a fact.
Thank you, Matt.
You know, like I'm just
I love it. That was a great example. You knocked on the table. This is wood.
Well, I'm just making a dumb example.
That was a great example.
So the coolest, one of my favorite theories was the human growth and development, the very early stages of how babies adapt to Earth's gravity and maneuvering Earth's gravity, and why our muscles grow the way the muscles do, and why pretty much why we evolved the way we evolved. And that was so cool to like look into. And we looked into gait patterns. Gait patterns are how you walk.
Yes.
And like how. And
Are you explaining this to me?
well, I'm just talking about it. I'm just saying, like, I think that stuff is so awesome. Like learning that
That's your bread and butter.
everyone grows up with a different gait pattern. Did you know that's actually like a?
Yes, that's why I could be seeing everything in black and white and be able to tell Chippy's walk from a mile away.
That's what I'm saying. Did you know that's actually like a tactic being used to like identify people now?
I believe it because I can tell who's coming by their footsteps too.
Gait patterns. I know. I can tell when you're walking through the hallway.
Can you?
Every morning, yeah.
Well, because I let the door slam behind me, or because
no, because I don't know. You just clonk around.
I do. I drag my feet sometimes too.
Yeah, you have a weird.
Chippy always told me to stop dragging my feet.
When you have duck feet, you kind of gotta stomp.
I know. I have wicked bad duck feet. Don't call me out like that.
But yeah, gait patterns are like used to identify people now. Because like they're starting to understand that.
Sasquatch gait pattern.
But
okay, new topic.
What? You don't like my theory, dude? I love the
theory. You're getting going on your theories.
I love the theory stuff.
I need to go to sleep soon.
Okay, you're fine. It's only 11:40.
I haven't slept yet.
Okay. Well, let's.
I
have one more.
Wait, I want to tell them my fun fact of information.
All right, tell them.
Last night was my first night off orientation, all by myself. 6 steps.
Congratulations.
Everyone is alive and well. Slightly confused, but alive and well. Not because of me. They're not confused because of me. They're confused because they're old. But anyways.
All right. Well, I have one more thing I want to like transition into, and then we can call it a day.
Yes, please. So I have to go grocery shopping.
Yes, I know.
Are you gonna cut this part out too?
No. This is live, dude.
Dude.
This is what they get. Gymnastics.
Oh God.
Tell them about your gymnastics career.
Career? I stopped when I was 14.
I know, but it's still an awesome career. Not many kids can say in a solo sport you were a state champion. I was a state champion, but I was on a team sport. It wasn't like I'm the one doing it.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm the one doing it. But
you just explained my gymnastic, my nursing career. That's like all I think. My gymnastics career.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, in my soccer career,
I won a lot of gymnastics meets.
Yeah, but that's more impressive than me saying I won.
Well, yeah, because I did it myself. I didn't like.
Yeah, I just got lucky because
your team was awesome.
I grew up in a town that just for some reason that same age group bred soccer players. I could have done it single-handedly. I wasn't the best one on that team, but for you, it's literally only you. You were the best one.
For my age group.
Yeah, and that's pretty damn impressive to say you won 2 state championships.
I think so.
I think so.
I don't know. I don't even know where my huge box of trophies. If you saw how many trophies and medals I have, you would laugh.
I wouldn't doubt it.
It's aggressive.
A lot of participation medals.
No, we never got them. I got 1. I think I have 3 or 4 from when I was like a toddler, and we do like the shows or whatever, and you'd stand on top of the mats and you put your little hands up and you'd get your medal. But no, I had 2 whole dressers, and it was just all trophies, and then underneath the trophies were just all my medals. I probably have like a lot. I don't even know.
Put the phone down.
It's just your prescriptions reminding me that they're still sitting there.
Shocker. All right. The one story.
I want my kids to do gymnastics because it just teaches you a lot. I feel like.
Well, yeah. I think climbing is a very. Okay, this sounds
wait,
from like
what?
from
that's a really good sport.
Okay, no,
like rock climbing.
No. I think the skill of being able to maneuver your body with your arms, I think, is a very valuable like.
So gymnastics.
Yes, I'm saying like whether it's gymnastics, rock climbing, or those are
like using your body.
No, because anyone can. Walk a mile. Anyone can maneuver themselves with their
Everyone can't flip their body over themselves, though.
Yes, I understand that, but I'm saying being able to I think maneuverability with their arms, I think is a really from a weird evolutionary perspective.
Oh my God, you're getting really philosophical over here.
Not philosophical. I'm saying really weird and primal almost.
So you like monkeys?
Yeah, but I think that's a really useful I feel like if you're in a life or death situation, like a physical life or death situation,
you just climb your way up a telephone pole or something.
Well, I'm saying I feel like climbing has a very realistic connection to it could save your life one day. Being able to lift yourself up off of something or to I don't know, hold yourself in the air for long. I don't know. It's just a thought.
It's a cool thought. That was so random.
Okay, but go back to your
I think
gymnastics.
climbing's a really good sport.
I think it's a good skill.
Skill. You think climbing's a good skill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like if you told me like to hang from a bar and get on top of the bar,
You couldn't? You can do a pullover?
no, I couldn't do a pullover. I
You're
mean, I probably
joking.
could. I probably
you pull
could.
your chin up to the bar and flip your legs over. You can do that.
Well, I could do that the reverse way, like going.
You couldn't muscle up to the bar?
No, I can't.
Yes, you
muscle up.
could.
I'm fat. I can't muscle up. I'm not that strong.
You're not fat, first of all. And second of all, you could not do a muscle up, but you could get
myself over the bar. I think I could get myself over the bar. It would
but
probably
you don't know
hurt.
how to kip up.
No, that's the thing. I could muscle myself up there.
Yeah.
I'd probably fuck up a few muscles in my
Matthew.
shoulder. It's okay. I'll probably mess up a few muscles in my shoulder doing it. But like I could do it. But like I feel like in a survival situation, the dude who could just throw their body up there easily would survive. I wouldn't.
But what situations do you think there's
Dude,
like parallel
I
bars
don't-
to yeet yourself over when you're
I'm
trying
not
to
saying
when
they
you're
have
being
to be
murdered?
parallel bars. I'm
Oh.
saying like a ledge or something.
Oh, well that's different.
Yeah, like if you're getting chased by someone who wants to kill you and you see a ledge that you
So you
think,
have a really rough life here.
no, oh my god, I'm just saying it's what
No, I know
dudes,
what you're saying.
It's what dudes think about. This
No,
is
I
this
know
is
what you're saying.
Dude's mind, not
Dude's mind.
Caroline's mind.
Oh my god. Wait, you want to hear a funny story?
Baby squish happy, oh, that's literally what goes on up there.
No, my mind is, are my patients still breathing?
Exactly.
Yes?
You're thinking
Okay,
about, you think
respiration.
about very different things than
I
that.
know.
But gymnastics.
Yeah, I have a funny gymnastics story.
Tell it.
One time I broke, fractured, sprained, whatever, my coccyx, which if you don't know,
That's not that crazy.
is my butt.
Yeah, that's
So
not
I had to
crazy.
sit on a
People-
donut pillow for 2 weeks.
People break their tailbones all the time.
Well, okay, that was just a fun story.
I think the
'Cause I
more
got
fun
sent home
story
from
is when
school.
you ripped your hand open.
Because, oh,
That's a
don't
fun
remind me of
story.
that.
That's an intense story. That
don't
makes.
remind me of that.
Go ahead.
Well, okay, well, I was at States,
Yeah, exactly. States.
and we do a warm-up, and then we do our routines. And we warm up between the other team's routines. So I was warming up, and I was just doing my bar routine, and I ripped my hand. Ugh.
Well, like explain the rip, because like when you rip your hand, like people deadlift all the time and they rip calluses.
That's what it is.
I know, but like you.
I've ripped my hand
Ripped
badly.
your hand, like you're.
And also, I had ripped, well, no, so a week prior when we were, like, practicing, doing, like, mock routines at practice, I, like, ripped my hand open. Actually, no, I had my palm was, like, a blood blister kind of thing, but there was just, like, a layer of skin on top. So we'd go into, like, the front office, and they would just take nail clippers and clip it open and drain it.
Yeah.
So my mom was trying to get it to heal before States. So she would like open vitamin E capsules and squeeze it on it every night and rewrap my hand. And it looked great. Like day of States, it looked great. Like my hand was fine. I totally had forgotten about it because the adrenaline of States.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to do my routine and it just went whoosh.
Yeah.
Bar wasn't looking too hot.
Bar, like imagine a little. What, was this 13 or 14?
No, I think I was 12.
Imagine a little 12-year-old girl doing a
My
gymnastics
hands were
bar
gross
routine.
when I was little.
A little
Like,
bar routine.
so aggressive.
And then her pushing through a bar covered in blood to finish her routine.
It
and
happened
then,
more frequently
then
than you would think,
winning States.
Well, yeah.
Well, like as someone who doesn't know gymnastics, I didn't watch gymnastics when I was younger.
Oh.
I didn't give a shit about gymnastics. But then like I met you and I was like, wow, like that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So looking back on that, like there was, like like I don't know, like in soccer you don't really see like bleeding that much. So like when you go from like you telling me that like you covered a bar in blood and still finished your routine.
Well, that's not hard to do. We're
Well, like,
taught
from-
to like push through whatever.
I know, and that's a mentality that not a lot of people have.
My
though.
hand could heal the rest of the summer. I didn't need my hand.
Well, and that's a mentality that not a lot of people have.
It's probably what got me through nursing school.
Yeah, exactly. I think that goes a long way.
Yeah.
That's why I think like sports are so important because,
Yeah.
especially like teaching them the right way.
Yeah, it teaches you discipline.
Yeah, and
But gymnastics also teaches you like a sense of like independence because if you want to win, it's all you.
exactly.
Like if you have to
It's
put the work
different-
in,
it's
and you have to
different.
practice, and you have to show up that day and perform.
Yeah, and that's
If
why
you fall off the beam, sorry, ma'am, today's not your day. Oh god,
And
that
that's-
was the worst. I don't even want to think about that. I get like a lump in my throat even thinking about falling off the beam because I did it twice. once I was like 7 or 8.
So that's traumatic when you're that young and you take a spill off of a hard.
Yes, and then you just have to turn to the judges and like present again, and then get back on the beam. And you already know that there goes your score. Like your day's done. Like you fell off the beam, point gone. Like,
and it's tough. It's tough to pick yourself up off the mat and like not cry.
And I didn't either time. I didn't
that's
cry.
Impressive.
I obviously sobbed my eyes out afterwards.
Cry now,
Whatever.
It's it's cool seeing like a perspective from like a solo sport because you're much more independent.
Yeah.
And I'm much more like team leadership driven.
Yeah, I never really. I mean, we were a team.
I know, but like when it came down to performance, I know, but when it came down to performance, you cared about yourself.
Oh yeah.
Like you didn't. If you won states, I'm sure you didn't give a shit what your teammates were doing.
Well, I wanted our team to win states, which we did.
Well, yeah, but like I'm sure if as long as you win states, I know me personally, I would have been like, you guys could all lose for all I care.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
I just wanted my trophy.
As a team sport, like playing a team sport, it makes you like much more like. I wouldn't say like caring because you're definitely more caring than I am. But like in terms of like trying to.
Well, I'm
like,
a nurse.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying. It's not caring. It's more of like a trying to like lift people and make them.
Compassion.
No.
What's the word I'm thinking of? It's cohesiveness.
Cohesiveness. I mean, that's a part of it, but I'm saying more like trying to physically push people.
Yeah, because you want everybody to be their best.
Yeah.
Because you want your team to be
Because there was a saying, your team is only as good as the worst player.
Yeah.
So it was, if you were on a healthy team, like a team that really cared about each other, if you were the worst player, which
you were,
I was one of them.
On one of your teams, you said you were, right?
Oh yeah, I was one of the like bottom ducks on one of the teams, and it was cool because it was a really healthy like team environment, and they would all like it was like clearly me and like one other kid who were like bottom of the pecking order, and they would hype us up.
They would give you some encouragement.
Yeah, they would push us to be better.
Yeah.
And it was, and then going on other teams, it's always like, you want to bring that same environment. You want to let the lower kids improve because that, in the end, that's what's going to make your team better.
Sorry, my eyes are just like literally burning because I'm so tired. I'm trying to keep my eyes open, but they're watering because they're burning.
We'll finish it up soon. I do want to get into the weightlifting topic though.
Okay, but I'm like almost at my wall.
Yes,
it's about noon now.
I know. Everyone's going to love how much of a trooper you've been.
Yes.
This won't be a single occurrence. We're going to do these. We're going to start picking these up.
You're going to keep me up to make podcasts? This is going to be a regular thing now?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I like the dynamic. But we did talk about, tell your experience in the gym today.
Oh, I hit my PR on bench today.
Yes,
hit 135, 45 plates finally.
Yeah, the big boy plates, the whole plate, she benched it today, and that's an incredible feat for her. I mean, you don't see a lot of women benching a plate these days.
Not unless that's like tough. Their literal
and like
thing.
In powerlifting especially, you don't see a lot of, because what you
see
did,
more like deadlifts and squats and stuff.
I'm talking about in powerlifting. Yeah, powerlifting means you can cheat and arch your back and shoot your chest up. So
see, I don't even know how to do that because you never taught me.
I know,
that
and
way.
That's because I don't want you to bench that way because we're not lifting to lift heavy weight. We're lifting to physically get stronger.
Yeah.
But that's what I think is cool, that you're strict benching it.
I'm not cheating it.
This isn't you moving the bar.
I've seen girls
like
do it, but not actually do it. Like they move the bar 3 inches because they're so arched out. That doesn't count.
Exactly, and that's why I think what you did today was like insane. I don't think I've seen personally, other than the one girl that goes to my gym who's just an absolute tank.
Yeah.
It's very hard to strict press that heavy a weight for. You're getting close to your body weight with that, like really close, and that would be insane.
To be able to bench my body weight.
Oh my god, it's strict.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be scary.
Yeah.
But I did want to start a little
segment.
A little segment called PRs of the week. So we're gonna, I'll have the videos play in the background of all of this, so don't worry, you'll be able to see them too. But I do want to like break them down a little bit and like explain how everything's happening in them. So we're gonna go over your.
Can we just do one video because I'm about to fall asleep?
We only have 3 videos, So we have
3 videos.
3 videos. We
Three
got
videos.
3 PRs.
I do like the vibe of this brick wall though.
I do. It
I'm
is
feeling it.
very nice. Okay, but back to the PR
Okay,
videos,
sorry.
and then we'll end things up. So you hit 135 on bench.
Yes.
The video is going to be playing right now. So. Drop. Yo. Oh my god. You guys can see.
Look at you running. All you see is my leg and my duck foot.
Yeah. And so then help with the lift off.
I can't believe how quickly I just...
Like that's a really clean
I
rep.
barely hesitated. I can't...
Overall, like I can't really, from the angle to the angle's a little tough to like
Yeah.
pick anything out that's wrong.
We should do it from the side.
Yeah, I would like to see your
So you can
bar
see that my
path.
body is just flat.
Well, you can tell that in the video definitely.
And that it's...
But when you look at benching, one thing you struggle with a lot is bar path.
Bar path. I always pull it back.
Yeah, you have a very quick bar path to shoot it back towards your forehead.
Yeah.
A little too early, and that causes...
That's what happened on the second rep.
Yeah. So that's something we can work on. Our second video, this was crazy.
Which one?
I hate...
You? Oh,
no,
yeah.
Alfredo.
Alfredo's.
I hate to hype this kid up. I love Alfredo
Don't
as a
call him
person.
this kid.
Really,
Alfredo.
really good friend. Alfredo, I love him to death, but oh my god, is he hot? Or not hot-headed, he's big-headed. He's cocky.
I thought you were going to say, oh my god, is he hot? And I was like, wow.
Oh god. He would like hearing that.
I know he would.
He's very a very cocky personality, but this was a crazy lift.
He cracks me up.
He's 5-10 pounds heavier than me on a good day, and he's pulling 405 on deadlift.
I know, that was insane.
So you guys will be seeing it
Is
now.
he doing switch grip or is he?
Yes. Switch grip definitely, but pulling sumo, so like all the conventional fanboys out there. I mean, sumo's definitely easier
God,
depending
the
on body
caption,
type.
He kind of fell forward though.
He did. The bar pulled him forward. I think he did fully lock out though. I don't think there's any question on him not locking out. I think he was a little sloppy on when he locked out. He kind of leaned forward, let the bar pull him forward.
He didn't like sit back into it.
Yeah, exactly. So he didn't sit back before he pulled enough, and then that's what caused him. Once when he shot his hips forward, that bar was
it took him.
405 is.
I mean, yeah.
A lot of weight to be.
I'd probably flip over the bar if that was me.
So overall, I think it was a clean lift. I was in awe of how straight his back stayed.
Yeah.
His back was locked into position, and normally when you see someone pull a PR like that, it's ugly. It's painful to watch. Bless you.
Coronavirus. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, that was an awesome lift. Credit to him because that was
impressive lift.
That was an impressive lift. Overall, nothing to really complain. I think if he pulled it again, like I don't think
you can't take that away from him though. Like that was totally
exactly. I think if he pulled it again today, which I fully believe he would be able to pull it again without like focusing much on it. I don't think he would do that up on the toes forward thing again. I think he could fix that without.
Nobody knows that he did that.
Yeah, and then
last one,
my clean or not my
you
clean.
Did switch grip. You never do switch grip.
I do. Switch grip when I get heavy, just because I'm surprisingly strong in overhand.
I mean, that was obviously a lot cleaner of a rep.
Yeah, like that looks like when I hit my 315. I think I probably could have gone heavier, but I built up slowly. You can see I struggle with the lockout.
Would you wear sleeves for deadlifting or no?
No, probably not. My knees aren't an issue when I...
It's just squatting.
Deadlift, yeah. Squatting is
down there and getting
on my knees. But I struggle a lot on lockout, which is something I just need to like program to work more on. Like you can see that bar going the last like 3-4 inches that's a fight for me. That's where I realized, like, oh, okay, I'm probably at my max right now. It's because, like, the lockout for me has always been a bad issue. But we all have our issues to work on.
Yes, we do.
But other than that, I hope you guys like the PR segment. We're gonna try to keep that up as long as.
I like that you're talking about your PR segment with your PR shirt on.
Sure. Shout out Larry Wheels. I love his merch. Just got a belt in his new one of his belts and sleeves, but they're awesome. Shout out Transparent Labs.
Are they your sponsor?
I mean, if one of the 25 subscribers somehow has a connection to them, like that's the goal. But like honestly, if you are looking for, I like lifting for a while and using like pre-workouts and supplements, you kind of get like in a rut of like, for me personally, after you use them for a long time, you're kind of like, oh, like let's switch it up, let's get a different feel on it. And I feel like a lot of people have that issue too. But I don't think I've ever used one that has felt so unique in the terms of like the energy, the pump, just like overall the experience of using Transparent Labs pre-workouts. I think it's... Have you ever used it?
I'm sorry, what?
Have you ever used Transparent?
I'm like trying so hard to stay awake. No, I haven't.
Okay, well, it's definitely different. Their whole idea is just like...
Basic ingredients.
Yeah, it's literally just the ingredients. So like it...
You told me I wouldn't like the taste of it.
Yeah, it tastes kind of like, again, I hope this doesn't ruin my sponsor, but like they taste kind of shitty.
There goes your sponsor.
It's
you just lost any sponsor chance you just had.
The taste isn't the best.
You expect them to pay you for that and tell them it's shitty?
Well, their company, that's what they stand by. They stand by...
It's not about the flavor, it's about the ingredients.
Yes, exactly.
Clean products.
In the end of the day, I care more about what's going into my body versus it tasting good. If I have to...
Well, we just drink it quick anyway. Who really cares?
And when you dry scoop shit, you don't really taste it.
I can't do that.
But
I aspirate.
It's an awesome product. Again, the taste is off because there's no like artificial crap
sweeteners
in it.
or additives.
There's no crap. It's literally just what
there is I think just one flavoring.
It's stevia. It's literally just like stevia.
It's not grape.
Well, it is a grape flavoring, but I don't know how they do it. I just know that.
What's the other one? Creatine?
Stevia.
Is that what the other one is?
Yeah, this is a creatine supplement. That creatine supplement is awesome. It's a creatine supplement. I mean, it's nothing like special. You don't notice a difference when you take it.
Well, yeah, it's creatine.
But yeah, the pre-workout, the whole point of it is it's just what's on the ingredients. There's no like food coloring, there's no dyes or any artificial preservatives, anything like crazy in there. And I think that's one of the reasons why it like hits you so hard, because it's just what's on the ingredient list.
Straight facts.
Yeah, straight absolute units
straight
of
fuel.
Yeah. But yeah, that's enough of that rant.
Yeah, that's bedtime.
I highly recommend this brand in general. All their stuff is awesome. This has been WooBuilt episode 8. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget, if you made it this far, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Put that bell notification on. You don't want to miss an episode.
That what?
The bell notification.
I don't know what that is.
It sets alarms for when people...
Oh, I'd be really annoyed if I got a notification every time someone posted a video.
Well, I mean, like, if it's a...
Hit that bell, though.
Hit that bell, though. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have any topics that you want us to, like, hit on at any point, leave it in the comments, and we'll try to talk about it. But other than that, thank you for watching. Stay safe out there.
Stay safe out there. Otherwise, I'll be taking care of you.